colleague, James Paterson. Let's have a listen to him now.
I haven't seen Simon Birmingham's comments yet, but I was a member of the same committee that Dean Smith was, and my bill is just as much a product of that Senate committee as Dean Smith's was. Dean based his bill on the findings of the committee, as I did on the findings of the committee.
So if you're trying to win over moderates, why would you say your bill is superior to theirs?
I believe that although I've long supported same-sex marriage, we need to make sure that religious liberty, freedom of conscience and freedom of speech are protected. And if we don't, I think the move to same-sex marriage won't be as happy and as warmly received as it should be. I think there's a chance it will be acrimonious, and I really don't want that.
Would you vote against Dean Smith's bill if it came to that? If yours isn't the one that's at the end of the day supported, are you willing to not vote for his? Or?
There's a lot of water to go under the bridge yet on that. I'm at the moment putting out a bill for the consideration of my colleagues, and I look forward to receiving their feedback over the coming days, and I'll make decisions about tactics about introducing bills and how votes will happen after I've received that feedback.
Why are you putting it to the party room necessarily? Is it something as a private member where you could just put to the Senate? Do you want to bind your colleagues in the party room to supporting your bill, or are you happy to fight it out on the floor?
The government's been very clear that there'll be a free vote on the bill, so I certainly wouldn't seek to bind my colleagues, but I think a party room discussion would be a good thing for the Liberal Party to have. It's something that the Labor Party has already had and the Greens have already had. We've actually never discussed how to legalise same-sex marriage, if we should do so, and I think that's an important discussion for us to have as Liberals.
So what does your bill offer that Dean Smith does not?
My bill offers broader protections for religious liberty, freedom of conscience and freedom of speech. It includes provisions to ensure that no one can be compelled to participate in a same-sex wedding against their values. It ensures that the laws that we have, particularly at the state level, that restrict free speech can't be used to prevent people from sharing their views on marriage. And it also ensures that parents have the right to remove their children from classes whose teaching is inconsistent with their values.
How do you respond to suggestions that your bill will undermine the yes vote?
It certainly can't undermine the yes vote because the vote has closed, so I can't see how that would happen. I'm a long-term same-sex marriage advocate. I'm proud to vote yes, and this is the bill that I believe that will get us to a place where we have both same-sex marriage in this country, but we also respect the freedoms of those who disagree.
But Dean Smith's bill has cross-party support. Labor supports it. Isn't that the best chance of getting marriage equality through this parliament?
One way or the other, before we rise for Christmas, we'll have same-sex marriage legalised in Australia, presuming that there's a yes vote on Wednesday. How we get there is going to be an interesting parliamentary process and a bit of an experiment that we haven't been through before. I'd be surprised, for example, if all Labor MPs support Dean Smith's bill as it's currently drafted.
Some of the Conservatives in your party really don't want to support any bill, and they're quite happy to just chuck things in and cloud the issue until the end of the year and beyond. Really, are you just clouding the water yourself, even though you support same-sex marriage?
That might be their motivation, but it's certainly not mine. I've been on the record on this issue as consistently as I could be for more than 6 years now that I support same-sex marriage, but we should respect the rights of others who disagree, and I'm genuinely trying to get to that outcome as soon as possible. My bill can be passed through the parliament as quickly as any other bill, and in fact, because it's already got those broader protections built in, if people agree those protections are necessary, then it won't require the same kind of amendment and parliamentary debate that other bills that are narrow would.
Have you been personally reaching out to Conservative senators and MPs about their concerns? Is this forming the basis of what you've been doing?
No, I haven't done that yet actively. I'll be doing so over the coming days, but I have discussed this issue in a broad sense with my colleagues from both the yes and the no sides. Thank you very much.
Thank you.